Selon se karikai. In piso se waitai spila presin kretai. In pise e wanata atragata injais.
By the time we're done, you will have fed to excess.
Anims jai fragibans. Imbati sunjas. Puijan gardos wai parpana. Aglausai uns auf Pama Ubelin und in Amagas Kapana Warpen Himinam Arpai Bohav Nona.
At least I'm not a corpse.
Jinasiwe ja alaise nam nadize. Ustaupaim ICJ in alam is Frumadein Habans. Gambit ist Franjan Kupainanan.
Have you already forgotten about our honorable combat?
Ni havashun iswis Baijukai Wijans in Haumanai. Ufar aleze Rekejeja. Ustaiknians Anparana Rahitis ni Aino. Papanu Gasavans Lob Anes Pose Ustauhana.
Don't tell me you consider yourself civilized.
Gibay iswis aman hangujins. Ja iswis iskut indem iswil Paulos ja silbanas ja taimar paus aikles John launekai in gudaitin.
I'm sorry you think I'm cruel. I didn't intend it.
Dargis kolon. Panzu aftra Swezuman, Wilgin Gangisans, Anabusin. My nama Warpin, Painal, Ja and Ifans, Iman Lesis Gab. Ponu in Saka Weson Flam. Ipsik Erbay Kudana, Jaus Erbay Rojandan, in Bise Wistai.
I'm not familiar with Inu Chebosh.
Siklaika, Renjaika Ja, Wajufla Ja Katarhiga. Mat Insok Ja, Himan Kudana, Ja Ayun Pro Kumana. Pai Power Juice, Ja Af Apidun, Pata Ja Sukadras.
Continue to follow me, and I promise those days will return.
Insok Ja, Himan Kundana Ja Ayun Pro. Und in Amagas Kapana, Warpan, Himinam Arpai Bohav Nona. Warpains Brigan Iswis Buidan.
I'm sorry you're upset. Mind telling me why?
Inay aftwan nida sik infarmarbali votos. Wair paba, Fraujins in alama patay galakai in alama amainai.
This creature could have been anybody, right?
Warstwe Godzai Akran, Byrawandans Ja Wanjantans in Ufkunpa. May in Andwar Prajji Prai. Ni patay ufaro wisandan sware kani dede. Bistana fotu peinana, Ja and Hafjans, Kap ima lesu. Ute pata, kibano ay alay swerana.
What have you discovered?
Ak usu tondin manan jay liugan kavojandin. Swayway silbans in iswish paman ik alkas jam widis in tis iswares.
We must get to Tatooine.
Ni pate ufaro wisandan sware kanidede akja swaluda is. Anso wila pardos, zogi inagantan disar faur ises. Japay swepa pershwe ingala banay kapwas daidai.
You will regret that.
Jay pay okdia balaw from anasto denay ni naubay jan. Swyway silbans in iswish, paman ik alkas jam, guidis in tis isvares. Ababarna habens, glaub beina, ni in usakwai, usiterens abibao.
I don't like people insulting Ken.
Patay kuibanist, ni fragais fraujan, kupainana. Godais akran bayradans, jawan jandans, inpan guidis. Iswarin ja algamboze uspalib.
Did you really think he stood a chance against me?
In abelhat fralat forte fuima, alizos kaskaf tais. Jawais from Bama Daga, I house the dedam, niv leladam. Anso wila pardos, so gi inagantan gisar faun ises.
So what's the story, Sith? Seems like you know all about me. I don't know nothing about you. You always the squeaky clean, or you making up for something?
The Empire enslaved my family, but they decided I was special and made me Sith.
Funny how those Sith work. I was an accountant on Moneyland when I decided I wanted a little more adventure. So I put a blaster to the head of the intergalactic banking clan and walked off with a few million credits. Been robbing and murdering ever since.
Well, it sounds like you made a good start. Just don't put a blaster to my head.
Don't worry, Sith. I've got a good survival instinct. You know, you got a pretty nice ship. It's no Sky Princess, but hey, what is? I had a ship like it once. No armor to speak of, but you don't need defense when you can maneuver like that.
Let's hope we're a little better defended than that.
No doubt. If that ship had had half the armor of this one, I'd still be flying it today. But it was a thrill while it lasted. Nothing like playing chicken with a ship twice your size and then firing up his tail when he blinks. Sky Princess was great, but she couldn't do that.
Would you like to fly the ship?
How do you Sith say it? My lord, it would be an honor. You just tell me where you want to go. Hey, you got time to chat?
Sure. Did you have something in mind?
No, just wondering. Haven't been aboard too long. Like to know who I'm working with. Nothing touchy-feely, just enough to know you got my back.
You get my back, I'll get yours. Simple as that.
We see eye to eye. Just one more thing. You ever butt heads with the Republic, let me have a shot. I got a score to settle, and it'll be a long time before I call it even. You hear that, Sith? Nothing like it in the galaxy. The hum of an idling blaster. Potential energy right there. It's like waking up on your birthday wondering what you got. For a few minutes, it's anything. The whole galaxy, just waiting for you to pull the trigger.
You just be careful where you point that thing.
Haven't shot you yet, have I? Actually, I was wondering. These blasters are nice, but a pirate's only as good as his equipment. We don't got fancy force powers like you Sith.
I think I have a spare set here if that's what you're asking for.
I'll pay it back, Sith. Don't worry. Thanks. You know, I think I heard the ship's engine making a strange noise earlier. Mind if I check it out sometime?
I didn't know you knew anything about engines.
Yeah, I've lived on ships most of my life. You don't do that without picking up something. I'm no expert, but a buddy of mine back before the war taught me most of what I know. Carl Norn, best technician I knew. Worst card player. Could never see when the deck was stacked against him. And it always was.
So what happened to him?
Beats me. I'm sure he's alright, though. Always managed to stay a few light years ahead of his creditors. Made me first mate after the war, on a ship called the Bloodshot Ranker. I learned a lot before he gambled the ship away. But you're sick of hearing me jabber, huh? Engine's fixed. Looks like we took on some rock on one of our last jumps. Nothing big. Reminds me of the time I took the Sky Princess through an asteroid field. Ship mechanics were furious. clean rocket of our engines for weeks. Had to replace one of the rears, it was so badly damaged.
What were you doing in an asteroid field?
Dodging the enforcers. When you got a fleet of Republic ships on your tail, you take whatever cover you can find. Rocks don't have cannons. Besides, what's life without a little risk, huh? That's why I became a pirate. The risk, the reward, the freedom.
Perhaps I should take up piracy then. The Sith have too many rules.
I think you'd be one of the best. Galaxy's only Sith pirate. So what does a Sith do for fun?
Oh, the usual. Lying, killing, manipulating. Sith is more of a lifestyle.
At least you have a sense of humor about it, huh? You remember I was telling you about Carl Norn, great tech, bad card player? Got me into the pirate racket? Just got a call from him. He's in deep. The Hutt cartel on Nar Shaddah's got his number. He deserves what he gets, but he's done good by me. I promised I'd meet him on Nar Shaddaa and help him out.
I'd be happy to lend a hand if you need it.
I appreciate it, but it's nothing I need to drag you into. I'll try not to be long, huh?
What happened with your friend Carl? Were you able to help him?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Carl's same as ever. Never got a hand he didn't want to play. His debts weren't anything a few well-placed blaster shots couldn't settle.
I wish I could have helped.
You're a pal, but it would have been a waste of your time. Thanks for letting me bail him out. What a day, huh? There's sometimes you just don't want to get out of bed without a couple of adrenals or a good stiff drink. And then there's times that are just all right.
What's got you in such a good mood?
I just got a good feeling about today is all. Got a little shooting practice in. Stretched my legs. Just a good feeling. Need something?
How's the ship flying?
Tight. Perfect. No complaints here.
I just wanted to thank you again for having me along. I'm honored to work with someone of your expertise. The archaeological pursuits of the Sith and Empire have been separate for too long. It is our common history. We have a shared duty to unearth it.
Sith rarely seek knowledge for its own sake. Your purity is refreshing.
I wouldn't consider myself purer than anyone else in my line of work. I'm honored to do what I do. From the depths of the ground, history calls us to save it from obscurity. I do my best to answer that call. I can tell you do the same. You remind me of my old mentor, Orsilio Gan.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh, I meant it as a compliment. He was the best there ever was. But what am I doing talking when there's work to be done? As we say in the service, the dead aren't getting any younger. So, explain this to me. The tomb of Naga Sadow on Korriban was built by Tulak Horde before Naga Sadow was even born? And that's where you found the Dashard Shadow Killer? And when your master tried to steal your body, you used the artifacts of Tulak Horde to put her being into this Dashard?
You forgot the part where I received aid from my long-dead ancestor who was murdered by Tulak Horde.
Kalik. He was one of the most powerful Sith Lords of his time. Perhaps the most powerful. Oddly pro-alien. To think how the Empire might have been different if he had killed Tulak Horde and not the other way around. Darth Zash and I have been talking. Well, when she's around. I would love to speak more with Kemval, but I don't think he likes me.
He only eats Force users.
Yes, I'd read much about his species, but never seen one in person. Still, when he gets that hungry glint in his eye... I understand you inherited quite the archive from Zash. I would love to see it sometime.
I would love to show it to you.
Excellent. The quest for knowledge is eternal. If you don't mind my asking, how is it you became Sith, my lord? The process is completely foreign to me. I had a brother who was Force sensitive. Darth Ma came and took him to Korriban, but we didn't hear from him again after that. Ungrateful little rat thinks he's too good for us now, my father said. But really, I think he just missed him.
If I ever run into your brother, I'll let you know.
Oh, it's all right. We didn't really get along anyway. He was always faster and stronger, and he usually had a stick in his hand. Father always wanted one son in the Sith and one in the military. Admittedly, the Imperial Reclamation Service wasn't his first choice, but after all the cursing stopped, I think he warmed up to the idea.
When people think of military heroism, they don't generally think of digging in ancient tombs.
No, but we serve a vital purpose. The Imperial Reclamation Service shores up the Empire's foundations against the flood of forgetfulness and misinformation that threatens our history. I'd like to see a fighter pilot establish the lineage of a 3,000-year-old Sith Lord with nothing but rocks and a dead language.
I have always believed that knowledge will ultimately win out over the lightsaber and the blaster.
Thank you, my lord. It is my honor to serve. You'll never believe what I found. I thought I'd left this behind planets ago.
Is it some kind of artifact?
This is the tooth of a 4,000-year-old proto-rancor. But look, see this? It's some kind of metal. Not cortosis, but very similar. This rancor was tamed. It was my very first discovery. I carried it with me everywhere for luck. I thought I'd lost it when I fell into an old tomb a couple of digs ago. It turned out it was caught in the lining of my pocket.
On Korriban, I pulled an artifact from an ancient holocron that was supposed to be unopenable.
You mean from the pyramid and the tomb of Marka Ragnos? How did you do it? With a sonic excavator, or some device of your own?
It was painfully obvious, really. I used lightning.
You know, there's a theory in the archaeological world that certain ancient devices, holocrons especially, have resonances. It's something to do with the Force. Just as only Sith can activate holocrons, some ancient devices can only be activated by certain Sith bloodlines. Well, most archaeologists reject it as unscientific. But there's so much about the galaxy we don't understand. Who am I to say what's scientific?
Have you worked with many Sith in the past?
Never closely. Usually in a for-hire arrangement. The Imperial Reclamation Service may be part of the army, but we get much less funding than our more martial comrades-in-arms. But if you'll excuse me, I have some new findings to analyze. My lord, remember I told you about my mentor, iggan? He took me under his wing after I discovered the domesticated Rancor tooth. I was polishing the Rancor tooth and placing it among my things when I noticed a medallion he gave me last time we met. I decided to call him, but none of his frequencies work anymore.
When was the last time you spoke to him?
It was before I went to Hoth. We met at a cantina on Nar Shaddaa for a little light archaeological talk. He said he was on his way to Malachor III. That's when he gave me the medallion. It's the last I saw of him.
Did he act strange at the time?
Not really. Maybe a little at the end. I just thought he'd had too much to drink. He did love to imbibe.
Does the medallion have anything written on it?
No, just old runes. Most of it nonsense. I'm sure it's nothing. You can't keep an Imperial Reclamation Service man down. I guess I'll keep an ear and an eye out. I'll let you know if I discover anything. My lord, I've solved it. I figured it out. I don't understand how I could have missed it. The outer layer of the medallion responds to heat. It melted away and revealed this. It's a heat-resistant casing with a data chip inside.
I'm beginning to believe your claims that your mentor was a genius.
He was certainly one of a kind. The chip said he was looking for the tomb of Via Santinus. He said he was going to Malachor III, but everyone knows the tomb is on Alderaan. I believe iggan went to Alderaan. I'm going to find him.
Did you have any luck finding your mentor?
No, my lord. I'm afraid the trip was all for nothing. Orsilio Gan was already gone, and nobody could tell me where. He was definitely in the tomb of Via Santinus. His workmanship was all over the site. But he left no clue that I could find.
I'm sure he'll turn up somewhere.
Don't you worry. I've not given up hope. Detective work such as this is much different from archaeology, after all. It's all about observation and deduction, and Orsilio Gan taught me well. Oh, I almost forgot. I found this in the tomb of Via Santinus. I thought you might find it handy.
I do love presents.
Via Santinus was a meticulous record keeper. These are the genealogies of all the great Sith Lords of his day. Look, here is your ancestor, Lord Calig. Bloodlines are very important in the Empire, my lord. Not to mention the historical value. My lord, I think we make an excellent team. Truly, destiny herself has conspired to bring us together.
Your help has been extremely valuable.
Oh, thank you, my lord. I've learned so much at your side. My archaeologist's instincts are honed to a razor's edge, or a pick's point, as the case may be. Cruel nemesis, torment me no further. I surrender. I'm not worthy of finding Orsilio Gan. He was depending on me, and I failed.
You're an officer in the Imperial military. Pull yourself together.
Yes, my lord. I apologize. I've tried everything. I've even gone back to the medallion to see if my mentor left me any other clue. If the Imperial Reclamation Service knew how many codes I violated trying to decipher this medallion, they'd have me stripped of my rank.
Don't worry. I won't report you.
Thank you, my lord. I suppose I will just have to let it rest. Perhaps when my mind is fresh, I can evaluate the situation from a new angle. Wait, why didn't I see this before? The medallion came with a chain. It wasn't the original, so I thought it wasn't important. How wrong I was!
I often find when something's difficult, it helps to approach it from another direction.
Once again, my limitations are exposed. If you'll excuse me, I must examine the chain more closely. I'm confident it's the key to finding him. My lord, I've solved it! The chain in the medallion contained a hollow frequency. I wanted you here when I called it.
Don't waste any time. Call.
Oh, it seems too good to be true. I must rely on your judgment that it's not a trick.
Talos, my student. If you are receiving this message, then you have understood the riddle I gave you. I've gone to the tomb of Via Santinus' unnamed apprentice on Aduba 6. I don't understand why, but both Sith and Jedi are after this tomb and its secrets. It's the duty of the Imperial Reclamation Service to preserve this history. If I do not return, come find me and finish my work.
Orsilio Gan is in trouble. He needs me. I must find him.
Find your mentor. Help him. Good luck.
I can think of no more fitting place to die than a tomb, but I will do my best to return safely. My lord, I return, but Orsilio Gan does not. He's dead.
What caused his death?
Doing his work. He was pursued by both Jedi and Sith. He managed to use the tomb's traps against them, but in the process he imprisoned himself. His discoveries are amazing. They will make a wonderful paper, but I can't help but wonder if it was worth dying for.
You've given your life to reclaiming the Empire's past. Are you telling me it's not worth dying for?
You know, you're right. How silly it was of me to doubt. And to think I was considering tendering my resignation. Oh, what would Orsilio Gan think if he could see me now? I must continue his work. Thank you for restoring my faith, my lord.
I'm happy to see you're so pleased.
The historical mind is ever curious and never sated. My lord, I just wanted to thank you again. The wonders I have seen working by your side are more than I could have ever hoped. Truly, you are a paragon among Sith and the Empire.
I seek only knowledge. If it serves the Empire, then good.
That's precisely what I admire about you, my lord. Your love of knowledge. It's gone out of practice, but there's evidence that certain non-Force users used to pledge themselves as loyal vassals to true Sith. These vassals and their families were bound to the Sith and their family for generations. Will you accept my pledge to you and your heirs?
I would be remiss to turn down such a heartfelt offer.
It's an honor to serve you.
I need to talk. I can't serve you if I can't trust you, if I can't believe in what you're working for.
What do you hope to accomplish by following me?
I believe you're trying to change the Empire from within, but I need to understand your vision. What kind of Empire do you see? You can't change the dark side. How do you propose to change an Empire rooted in it?
The Empire needs strong, rational leadership. A rational Empire is a peaceful one.
And you think you can provide that? I will not go against the Jedi teachings or my conscience, but I'll do what I can. I'm realizing there's a lot I don't understand about the Empire.
I don't expect a Jedi to understand. But the Empire is strength and freedom.
They certainly talk a lot about strength, but freedom? From what I've seen, that belongs to a select few. Slavery is everywhere. And even among the so-called free, only the Sith act with any sort of independence. It's hard to see good in an empire that thinks of non-humans as nothing more than slaves.
The Empire's intolerance is one of its greatest weaknesses, even as the Republic's unquestioning acceptance makes it bloated and inefficient.
I suppose no civilization is perfect. I just wonder. The original Sith weren't human. It's a contradiction.
Contrary to what the Jedi teach, the world is not all light and dark. There are many shades, and many contradictions.
I'm beginning to see that, but I'm not sure I like it. What was your master like? You had a master, right?
Sith don't exactly respect their masters the way the Jedi do.
Why not? Don't you value what you can learn from your elders? Master Ryan and Osera were more like parents to me than my own parents.
Yet you disobeyed them to follow me.
Every Jedi must find her own path. Mine was with you. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to start an argument. I'm still trying to figure things out. My lord, I'm sorry I was so harsh about the Empire earlier. There's just a lot I'm still trying to process.
Others will not tolerate your questions as I do.
My lord, I'm sorry I was so harsh about the Empire earlier. There's just a lot I'm still trying to process.
Let me know if I can do anything to make the adjustment easier.
I know Jedi are supposed to be patient, but it's never been my strength. How would you feel if suddenly you had a Jedi Master and were serving the Republic?
I'm sorry. I haven't been very sympathetic.
Thanks for understanding. I promise I won't let my misgivings interfere with our work. I changed my mind. I have nothing to say to you.
I thought Jedi didn't get angry.
How could I not be angry? Didn't you hear what happened? Just released on the HoloNet, Sith and the Corellian system killed a group of free traders for failing to give them free passage to the Outer Rim. They murdered them.
Then they should have known better than to resist a Sith.
Passage to the Outer Rim is expensive. How are they supposed to make a living or feed their families?
The Sith had no right to make those demands.
If there's going to be any kind of peace agreement, the Empire has to stop this.
It sounds like you want to make Jedi out of Sith.
Free will is the ultimate good, even if it results in the deaths of innocents? Well, what about their free will? Their desires? I guess they should have been Sith. Forget it. I should have expected you'd take the Sith side. I know Andronicus is rather attached to the ship, but I was wondering if I could fly it now and then. Master Ryan said I showed exceptional aptitude at flying in simulation training, but I've never been able to pilot the real thing.
You'd have to get Andronicus to agree, but I have no problem with it.
I'll be very careful, I promise. My lord, I've been studying the Sith code lately, and I'm wondering what you think of the line, "Peace is a lie." There doesn't seem to be a lot of room for interpretation, but I know you are an ardent proponent of peace.
There's a difference between complacency and genuine peace.
The Jedi are not complacent. When it is necessary, we act. The Jedi code is the core of our philosophy. We learn it by heart, and it's the foundation of everything we do. But I guess it's different for the Sith. The Sith code is more a description than a guide.
A Sith is the ultimate individual. There are as many different Sith philosophies as there are Sith.
What about the Emperor and the Dark Council? I thought they governed the Sith.
They have their own aims. That's as far as their rule extends.
It can't go on like that, you know. How can there be peace with the Sith Empire when every Sith does their own thing? This task we've taken gets more difficult every day. My lord, I must ask a favor of you. Our mission. We cannot hope to accomplish it without help.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we recruit more Jedi to our side. Yes, I know. There are Jedi who would help us. Who would see that a strong, rational empire is the only path to peace.
Clearly you have a particular Jedi in mind.
Master Simon Walls is known by many as a wise, open-minded Jedi. He brought the Sith Lord Karis Vale to the light and oversaw his initiation into the Jedi. He has retired in seclusion to Alderaan for personal study and meditation, but young Jedi still make pilgrimages to him. I would like to make a pilgrimage, and if possible, get his support.
I welcome any support we can get.
I'll return quickly, I promise. I can't believe him! I'm not a Jedi. He says I'm not a Jedi?
Well, you're quick to anger, stubborn, and you left your training to follow a Sith. I'm not so sure you are a Jedi.
Shut up. I'm not a Sith. I came to him for help, and he turned me away. It's not fair. I was the best Padawan Masters Ryan and Osera ever trained. I am a Jedi.
Why do you cling to the Jedi Order? They will never accept you for who you are.
I don't care. I'm a Jedi. I've never been anything else. The return of the Sith in this war has changed things. Sometimes compromise is necessary. Yes, I don't care what Master Simon said. Thank you, my lord, for helping me talk through this. If you hadn't become Sith, what did you want to be?
I would have settled for not a slave.
Yeah. I guess I would have felt the same in your shoes. I've been thinking about this lately. I was trained to be a Jedi practically from birth. I wonder if it was the right thing. I never really got the chance to choose.
That's why I could never be a Jedi.
It's not as if the Sith gave you much choice, did they? I guess I'm still trying to figure out what I want. My lord, I know I'm not officially your apprentice, but I wanted to thank you. I know we've not always seen eye to eye, but I've learned so much from you and your example. I never would have believed a Sith could follow the light, until I met you.
You can't judge a person by what they wear, or the color of their lightsaber.
You're right. The Jedi teachings about the Sith blinded me. I feel more at one with the Force than I've ever felt. I have peace like the Jedi speak of, and freedom like the Sith. So, thank you. My lord, I'm glad you're here. I wanted to read you this letter I received. I've been writing to my parents. I haven't seen them since I was little. Dear Ashara, we're glad to hear you're happy and well. We're very proud that you've become a Jedi. Asha is nearly 16 and plans to join Republic Special Forces. Love, Mom and Dad. I haven't gotten around to telling them that I'm working with a Sith. I'm not sure they'd understand.
You really ought to tell them.
You think so? We only just started writing, and it's been 15 years since I last saw them. I guess you're right. I've been thinking more about what Master Simon said, and I think he was wrong.
Are you still worried about what that worthless Jedi said?
About me being a Jedi? No. He believed we were wrong and that you were leading me astray, but he did nothing.
Of course he didn't. He was weak. He knew he couldn't do anything.
That's exactly what I mean. The Jedi's refusal to do what's necessary to fight. It makes them weak. The Jedi will never beat the Empire if they won't take the offensive. And they'll never win peace either if the Empire can't respect them. Peace is a noble goal, but it's not a means to an end.
So you're saying peace is a lie?
When it comes to making real change? Yes. I guess I am. A war rages and Master Simon meditates in his clearing. Personal peace is one thing, but apathy, inaction, these things are unacceptable. I have a question for you, but you must promise not to mock me.
Go ahead. Ask.
I've never actually played Sabak, or Pazak, or any of those kinds of games. I was wondering if you'd teach me.
It would be my pleasure.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun. I can't believe I've never played those games before. My lord, I have incredible news. A group of Jedi have split from the Jedi Order. This is the perfect opportunity for us to win allies.
Last time we tried this, it didn't work out so well.
These guys aren't like Master Simon. They're hardliners, very anti-Sith, but their argument with the Jedi is over methods, not aims. Unlike Master Simon, they say they are willing to do whatever is necessary.
I'm still not keen on the idea of begging for support from people who want me dead.
The main Jedi Council will never deal with a Sith unless he turns to the light. A splinter group is exactly what we need. I'm going to meet with them. I promise I won't be long. My lord, thank you. We have new allies in the Rogue Jedi, but I couldn't have done it without your training.
What did they say?
They were skeptical at first. Like Master Simon, they would not accept me as a Jedi. But this time I knew what to say. You helped me understand. Sith and Jedi is an arbitrary divide. I don't know what I am, and I don't care. I told them the Jedi need to be willing to do whatever it takes, even ally with a Sith to bring peace to the galaxy.
And they didn't laugh you out of the room?
There were some who remained skeptical. Their leader, Master Quintus, said that he would be unwise to turn his back on such conviction and determination. Thank you for letting me meet with them, my lord. Do you ever think maybe we're on the wrong side, doing the wrong thing?
The Sith Order is a depraved place, but you can't hide from evil. You have to face it head on.
I agree. It's not enough to seek personal serenity when there's conflict everywhere. That's what I tried to tell Master Simon, but he wouldn't listen. But what does his opinion matter? He's just a hermit in a cave. I've been thinking about the future lately. About us, and about the Empire. It's clear the Empire won't change overnight. I've accepted that. But what about when we're dead?
I have many followers. They will carry on my legacy.
If you would allow it, I would be honored to pass on your legacy to your followers and your children, and to teach them what I know of the Jedi as well.
I can't think of anyone I'd rather have guarding my legacy.
Even if we can't change the Empire now, the next generations will learn from your teachings and follow them.
Lord, I look forward to training with you.
You are my apprentice, not my slave. There's no need to be obsequious.
Yes, Lord.
At least you don't waste words.
You are a great warrior. I will follow you to death.
If you do everything I say and don't try to kill me, we'll be fine.
Command me, and I will strike, my lord. Lord, you are a great warrior.
You're not so bad yourself.
Thank you, Lord. How can I serve you?
What happened to the firebrand who murdered his fellow acolytes?
That was war. Say the word, and I will kill a god.
You and I are going to have a lot of fun.
Yes, Lord. Lord, I want to continue my training.
Did you have something in mind?
The greatest of the Kalish become gods when they die. To do great things, I must learn.
You have lofty aims, I'll give you credit for that.
My great-great-grandfather and two of his wives led an outnumbered force to victory in the great clan wars. Our family prays at their shrines still.
Your ancestor had multiple wives.
Of course. Now, let us train. Thank you, Master. Lord, how can I serve you?
Bring me rare artifacts and you will serve me well.
Yes, Lord. My lord, the artifacts you requested.
Keep one for yourself. You've earned it.
Thank you, Lord. Lord, if I have served you well, let me ask a favor.
There's no need to be so timid.
My father lies dying on Ilum. He will die before I get there. It is my duty to bury him. Without proper burial, he cannot ascend to godhood.
You are free to go bury your father.
My father cannot wait long. A duty is my honor.
was the last of my family. I follow you now.
You don't seem too upset about it.
He goes to become a god. I live. My lord, you are as a living god. I would serve you to death. I would call you father. I would guard your legacy.
That would be an honor.
Thank you, Lord.
I gotta come clean with you, Sith. I wasn't always the scoundrel you met on Tatooine. I used to run in the Republic military. Made captain before I wised up and deserted. Call it misspent youth.
Sounds like a story I should hear.
There's not much to tell, which is why I didn't bring it up before. Carl sent me a message. I guess bailing him out got the Republic military's attention. Seems they've added treason to the charges of desertion and piracy. Guess they're not big on former officers traveling with a Sith. Anyway, if things get hot, I might need to hop off the radar for a while.
If things get hot, this ship is the safest place for you. The Republic military police are no match for me.
Thanks. Good to know you got my back. Hey, I gotta run.
Is the Republic on to you?
Don't got time for questions. Someone from my Republic days has popped up. Someone I thought was dead. If I don't jump on this tip now, he might disappear again. I'll fill you in later. Alright, I said I'd give you an explanation when I got back. Here it is. We were chasing down a free trader on a tip in neutral space when an Imperial fleet jumped on our position. Blasted us to pieces. Guy who gave us the tip, an SIS agent. That's a spy to the Empire. Named Harmon Reich.
So you think Harmon Reich set you up?
Could have just been bad intel, except Reich disappeared the same day. One of my old underworld contacts traced one of his safe houses, but Reich slipped away before I could get to him. I can understand not wanting to fight somebody else's war. I skipped out myself, but Reich owes me an explanation.
I can see why you would feel betrayed.
Look, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Hey, Sith, you make a pretty good team. I was thinking I might take off after I found Reich, but the old job just doesn't sound quite as appealing.
I'd be honored to have you with me.
Maybe sometime I'll take you out into open space, show you the thrill of lying in wait for a big freighter and a big payoff. I may be out of the game, but my skills are sharper than ever. Hey, I got an idea. You ever fly to the middle of nothing, cut the engines, and just drift?
I'm always looking for an excuse to waste time.
You won't regret it, I promise. I love it out here. It's the one place you can really clear your head. Thanks for playing along. I've got him. Reich, the SIS agent who betrayed me. He's a dead man. My old girl Casey intercepted an encrypted message. He's moving on Trandosha of all places as we speak. I've got to fly or I'll lose him.
Watch yourself. If the Republic's onto you, this could be a trap.
They haven't caught me yet. This is the last bit of business tying me to my Republic days. This is the last time I'll run, I promise. Reich's dead. Was dead before I got to him. Lucky jerk. Turns out I wasn't the only enemy he made selling secrets. Imperial intelligence sniper got him. Guess he was playing both sides.
It sounds like he had it coming.
I only wish I could have gotten an explanation. But I guess he was just rotten all around. I'm done running off. You and Casey are the only friends I got. Well, you're the only one with the ship.
You're not so bad yourself.
Yeah, I just point and shoot. But I'm happy to be along if you'll have me. Hey, Sith, you ever get scared?
Of course. A Sith's strength is emotion. I draw power from my own fear, and that of others.
Huh. I never would have expected it. Been a long time since I've been scared of anything. But when I was closing in on Reich, I thought, what if he gets away from me again? I'm glad that business is finally done with. Hey, can we talk? Don't tell anyone I said it, but you're alright. I wasn't sure this whole thing was gonna work out, traveling with a Sith.
You're like me. You don't take nonsense from anyone.
Got that right. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm in this for the long haul. Partners. You got kids, or you got apprentices, I'll look after them. Maybe teach them a few things they can't do with the Force.
It's good to know you have my back.
You know I do. I'm just saying, you're not getting rid of me easy.
Jabus de ans alfrost no job. Diabolus afstop fara.
That's quite enough of you.
Ay kagay werbapa fraujins ala pataik galakay in alama.
She blindsided both of us.
In alay matay gas wimpidal pi matay wulpaz. In alay uspulanay. In piso se waitay spila presen kretay. In pise e wanata atrakata injais.
There must be a way to get Zash out of you.
Marstwe kodzai akran bayrawanans ja wanjantans in ufkun pa.
I don't suppose you have any idea where to start.
Jawais from Bamadaga, I house the dedam, niv leladam, us miselaikam.
Enough, finally. We're reprieved from that monster. Apprentice, I promise, get me out of this infernal body and I will give you power like you cannot imagine.
That body is the perfect match for your personality.
Yes, Ash is a monster, very clever. I very nearly changed my mind about the ritual, you know. I genuinely like him. But it was that or death, and I don't like anyone that much.
So, which of you is the rock and which is the hard place? Kenval wants to eat me. What do you want?
If I can't have her out of this body, the least you can do is ensure that the monster is silenced for good.
Kenval may be a monster who eats Force users, but he's never lied to me.
I will find a way out of this body. And failing that, I will find a way to take control. There's your truth.
I'm interested in seeing this threat realized. It could be entertaining.
As cocky as ever. Remember, kill me, and you kill your precious Ken, too.
Nagaay wisandans ni namans for isis pi jandans amin. Say galut saida, iswis us ulf bandan, ja atnam, in puidandarja.
I wonder what it's an omen of.
Ja iswis iskul indem iswin im. Outside, say uren sa sayans, du sayan fraua.
I'll look into it when I get the chance.
Einay fragins. Ustapain ay sijay in alam is frumadine hapans. Ungas I've no jape siglos fraudnos jus jape reika jape.
Is this another one of your nightmares?
Jalaika jaan bar. in Abalhab Fralet Forte Fuima, Elisos, Kaskaftais. Aber Barna Habens, Glaubena, ni in Usaquai, Usiterens Abibao.
You go nowhere without me.
Godais, Akran, Bayradans, Jawan Jandans, in Pan Guidis.
Entering Storehouse 0026. Antiquities, Tulakord era.
Patay Guibanist, ni Fragais Fraujan, Kupainana. Hausaip, Sai Uren Sasayans, Du Sayan Fraua.
Save some for me, will you?
Like in an Uswambai.
Note to self. If my apprentice's Deshad fails to submit after the transfer, the bones of Tulak Horde could prove a useful bargaining chip.
Taupanais and Niman.
I promise. I won't let Zash get away with this.
Swaiwai Silbans in Iswish, Paman ik Alkasjam, Guidis in Tis Iswares. Jabus de Ans Alfrast no job, Diabulus afstop Fara. Anso Willow Bardos, Zogi inagangan gisar Faur Ises.
Whatever you do, you can't let Zash take control.
Elion Dandans, Atense Lapto, Iswis Dudalai, Lotais Wahaisen. Anso Willow Bardos, Zogi inagangan gisar Faur Ises.
I'm sorry, Kem, but this is for your own good.
At insok ja, Iman Kudana, ja ayon pro Kumana.
You can't let Zash win with her tricks.
Patu wasi Vipra, Pataka job, I frauja Jimans. Jawais from Bama Daga, I house the dedam, Nievle ladam. Usatida sin, Fara alain, Jaal in Ima, Jahaban iten.
I only did what was best for you.
Mit gana wistrodal Ima, Inna Painai Guden. Marstwe Godzai Akran, Byrowan Lands, Ja, Lanjantans, in Ufkunpa. Patay Kuibanist, Ni Fragais Fraujan, Kupainana.
I promise, I'll find a way to fix things.
I Aimaginwamba. Swaiwai Silbans in Iswish, Paman ik Alkasjam, Guidis in Tis Iswares. Hausaip, Sai Uren Sasayans, Du Sayan Fraua.
Thank you, Ken. I'm honored.
Paulos ja Silbanas ja Taimar Paus, Aiklas John, Launekai in Kudaitin.
Yes, thank you, apprentice. This body has some remarkable abilities. I'm beginning to rather enjoy it.
Not in such a hurry to leave now, are you?
I miss some things, but there's something exhilarating about such raw, monstrous strength.
Jawais from Bama Daga, I house the dedam, Nievle ladam. Patay Kuibanist, Ni Fragais Fraujan, Kupainana. I Kagay Wair Papa Fraujins ala Pataik Galakai in Alama.
If she can put visions in your mind, can't you see what she's thinking?
Daga ay wisandans, ni namans for isis, bi jandans amin. Ungas I've no, jape siglos fraudnos jus, jape reita jape.
Let me talk to her. Perhaps I can learn something.
Wair Papa, Fraujins in Alama Patay Galakai, in Alama Amainai.
I thought he'd never relent. He's been unusually stubborn lately. I can barely get a word in edgewise.
I can't wait for him to be gone for good.
Then we both may be in luck. It's clear the two of us can't share this body for much longer. One of us must win, and I don't intend to lose. But I need your help.
If it'll shut Kem up, I'm all for it.
You've always been so helpful. I believe I can replicate Tulak Hall's ritual without the help of the artifact. It won't be an exact copy, and whoever gets cast out will die. When the time comes, I'll need you to convince Kemval to go quietly.
It will be my pleasure.
Excellent. I'll let you know when I know more.
Aber barna habens, glaub beina, ni in us kwai, usi terens abibao. In abel hab fralet forte fuima, elizos kas kaf tais. Ustapain, I CJ in alam is frumadine habans. Outside, sai uren sa science, du sayan fraua.
You have my word.
Swikun babamik, Luceba ospil ans, gaswikon.
Relentless beast! Quickly, while I have the upper hand, I finished the work on my ritual. There's only one more piece required. Will you help?
It's my honor to serve you.
The ritual I propose requires one more thing. A Rakata box. A sort of mental prison employed by the ancient Rakatan Infinite Empire. One of these boxes has recently been discovered on Taras, of all places. It's being transported off the planet soon. We must recover it.
How you manage to keep abreast of galactic discoveries is beyond me.
Believe me, your friend Kem has made it a challenge. Hurry. We must intercept the box at the Taras space station. The ritual can't be performed without it. Excellent. This Rakata box is key to the ritual. Even one as force-resistant as Kem won't be able to resist the box's pull. He will be imprisoned, and I will finally have this wonderful body to myself. One more thing. Once the ritual has begun, I need you to give me as much of your power as you can, so I can resist the box's pull. Understood?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Now, let's get started. Yes, it's working. The box is activating. I can feel its pull.
There's Kepivinon.
The monster is too strong. Quick, give me your power or I will hold it.
You really think I'm that stupid?
No, I'll kill you! You will regret this!
In bizose waitai spila presin kretai. In bize e wanata atragata injais.
Here, have my strength.
Baru Jamunja.
No! What are you doing? We have a deal!
Swaiwai silbans in Iswish, Paman ik alkasjam, Widis in Tis Iswares.
I thought she'd never leave.
Iswarim ja algamboze uspalib. Ja us de ans alfras no job. Diabulus afstop fara. Paulus ja silbanas ja taimar paus. Aiklas John laune kai in kuda aitin.
You are the finest shadow killer I've ever met.
Ja the squidis in bizoze ja bullaipat.